What's up, makeup minions? I'm Kim Witte from Witte Artistry, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button below to become part of my family. It would really mean a lot. And please hit that bell next to it so you get notifications whenever I post a video. But I am turning into Baraka from Mortal Kombat today, Mortal Kombat 11. I wanted to see how I've grown as an artist because I did a Baraka a while back up in the corner there. But I am working with Warner Brothers as an ambassador for the MKE collective for Mortal Kombat 11, and I wanted to do another character requested by you guys because you wanted to see Baraka. I love you all. Let's get in the tutorial. If you guys like what I do here and you like me, it would mean the world to me if you became a sponsor on my Patreon page. Okily dokily, I wanted this makeup to capture the most important pieces of Baraka, but still sort of be an illusion. So I decided to use a Ben Nye eyebrow pencil just to outline a couple of what I'm gonna call like sections or segments that I wanted Baraka to be present in. Everything outside of these chunks is just going to be my skin, essentially. So I am making his weird little spikes on his shoulder and then filling in the strap with brown. Then in the other little section, I am filling it in white and then painting a little red stripe and then also filling in the skin. Then add some highlights onto that skin with a sponge, dabble it around, add some texture, and I'm adding in a little buckle and some holes onto the belt. Woo, that was a mouthful. I might have edited out a little bit too much of this, but we shall prevail. All right, so I am adding in white onto the little buckle where I'm going to be adding some metallic silver and little spikes. And then I am outlining the edges of my skin patches just to give them a little bit of depth. And then with a light beige, I am filling in all of his little spikes because I really didn't get the color right when I did it the first time. Then with that really orangey tan skin tone that Baraka has, I added a little bit of red and brown to it to create a darker, more irritated tone, which I just outlined all of his shoulder spikes with. This will give the illusion that they're popping out of the skin, and the skin around the horns are actually irritated. Then I am using brown to just go around the edges that are casting a shadow. And I'm going to be adding all of those nasty little ridges and stuff and the horns. I haven't recorded audio in a while, I apologize. But I am going to be outlining all of those, and now I'm adding the detail. Make sure you're following a reference image. The new characters in Mortal Kombat 11 are really, really detailed. So just keep that in mind. Blend out the little red shadows you created on the spikes. Then add a white highlight on all of the spikes, or I guess light brown would probably be a better choice than white, but I'm blending in the white into the brown, sort of creates its own natural light brown color. Then outline the buckle with black, and then add some silver onto the buckle just to create some dimension, and then feather that out into the white that you already laid down. Now to create the illusion part, I'm outlining that section in a dark skin tone brown, and I'm going to be creating this like edge or ridge. I've done this before in a few videos like my steampunk robot or some other things. They're going to be listed up in the corner if you want to check those out. But basically I make a ledge with dark brown, then I create a highlight on the skin, blend that out, and then I highlight in like a mid-tone on the artificial ledge I created to give it a 3D illusion. All right, I'm shading his shirt. I guess you could call it a shirt if you look at it. It's not quite a shirt, it's like a weird sumo wrestling tank top. But I'm adding some gray and giving a little stippling texture just to make it look like fabric. All right, time to outline the face, which is obviously the most important part because it is Baraka. I outline the parts on the face I'm gonna have exposed as Baraka, and I wanted to have one eye look normal and one eye be Baraka's because I thought it would be like really cool. Glue down your eyebrow, and then I'll be filling in my face with all of that skin tone. I'm starting off a little bit lighter just because I have to do wrinkling and make the mouth and all this other stuff. But I also outlined where the teeth are gonna go so I don't accidentally paint over that. Then with a darker skin tone, I am going to be outlining the edges of the section, so my skin will be casting a shadow onto these lower, deeper Baraka parts. And I'm creating a ledge, just like I did on my shoulder piece, on my face. And the highlights are a little more noticeable here because I really wanted it to look receded. Time for some selective wrinkles. I'm using a mid-tone skin tone that's darker than what I already put down to make my nostrils look super flared, give myself some intense mouth wrinkles, and then also really, really angry eyebrows because Baraka is not a happy camper. And then fill in your eyes as well with the mid-tone that you started with. Then with a darker brown, I'm going to be making my eyes look super sunken and just gradually making all of the wrinkles a little more intense. Add some other wrinkles on other parts of your face. And then a little bit of texture. All right, for the teeth, make sure you do not make them white because nobody's teeth are actually white, especially not in Mortal Kombat. Shark mouth, craziness, people like Baraka. So I am using a yellow brown and a detailed brush and carefully following a reference image for the layout of his teeth. They sort of like erupt out of the flesh and rip tiny little holes and everything. So I'm going to be trying to imitate that. And all the holes, oh my goodness. All the holes show the gums through it. So that's what I'm doing now with a muddied red color. Just carefully outlining the tops of the teeth and the bottoms of the bottom teeth just so they're cemented in some gums. Then I'm going to be adding a little bit of shading underneath all of the gums with brown. This just gives it an illusion that the teeth are actually burrowed in the gums and they're sort of pushing out on the gums. Slowly add some highlights to your teeth just to start making them pop more instead of just blending in with my natural skin tone. So this is just going to be a little bit lighter of a brown and a little bit lighter of a yellow, and then I'm going to outline very, very, very carefully all of the teeth in black. But before I do, I wanted to add some spit. With a very light blue-white color, I am creating the saliva dripping off all the fangs and drooling down my mouth. Okay, and now we moving on to filling it all in with that black and outlining all the teeth. But be really careful because nothing's more disappointing when you accidentally paint over something you didn't want to paint in black. Add some more highlights, just a selective teeth, and I am stuttering like a man in this video. But add some more slime onto those teeth, especially the bottom ones because all the drool will like land on it. And then I'm going to be increasing the shadow from my face to Baraka's face and just making the little ledge a little bit more defined with some highlights. With a tone lighter than your skin tone, go over the ledge on your face's side and then blend it out. This will just add a punch that really separates the Baraka part from the you part. And then you just feather it out so it doesn't look like you have a white stripe. Add some cast shadows on your shoulder horns just with a dark brown, but like make it super watered down so it's really thin. Then with a gray eyeshadow, I'm going to be creating a drop shadow on the face and all of the different segments. Put this where the light would cast a shadow as if these segments are actually holes, like they have sunk into your skin. You are Baraka on the inside. Then with a lighter skin tone, I am highlighting all the wrinkles, and just to add a little extra oomph, I added some brown eyeshadow on my normal eye. Pop in some contacts as well. I got these from Pinky Paradise. Thank you for sending them to me. They're so cool. But I really love how this turned out. Look at the difference from then to now. Look at how cool the teeth are. I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment below what you thought. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of this and for posting all of your really cool work on the MK Collective. I love seeing it. If you haven't and you have art, please share it. Tag me on the photo. I love seeing it. And make sure you use the hashtags MK11 and MK Collective so I and a couple of the other ambassadors can see it and share it and love it. And thank you so much, Warner Brothers Games, for contacting me and collaborating with me. This has been so much fun. I love you all, and huge shout out to my wonderful Patreon producers. Without you guys, I couldn't create super cool makeups like this, so thank you so much for being supportive, and thank you to everybody who just comments and shares and likes things and makes suggestions. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video.